Right now, President Trump wants to throw out more than 200,000 votes in Wisconsin. We'll tell you how the governor is responding and what's next.
Plus, Republican state lawmakers roll out their plan for coronavirus relief. How their plan may put them at odds with local health departments.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, folks. Thanks for waking up with us on your Wednesday, December 2nd. I'm Leah Lynchide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. The fate of more than 200,000 votes in Wisconsin are now in the hands of the state's Supreme Court.
President Trump's campaign officially filed a lawsuit challenging those ballots directly to the Supreme Court yesterday. They're looking to throw out in-person absentee ballots with mistakes corrected by clerks, ballots from people who considered themselves indefinitely confined, and ballots collected at Madison's Democracy in the Park events. Excluding all of those would basically overturn the results of Wisconsin's election. The Evers administration filed its response to the Supreme Court overnight. Josh Breider's at home this morning with those developing details. Hi, Josh.
Hi, guys. Good morning to you. Governor Evers' lawyers are arguing that even if President Trump's claims were valid, the solution would not be to retroactively throw out more than 200,000 votes after they were legally cast. Their brief calls the Trump effort a, quote, outrageous assault on our democracy, claiming the Trump campaign is incorrectly interpreting state law in its arguments. They say if the Trump campaign had issues with Wisconsin's elections laws, they should have raised them before the election and not after he lost. In their 60-page response, the Evers administration said more than 3 million people in the state voted in good faith, believing their votes would count. They argue state law, federal law, and the U.S. Constitution all reflect that these votes should not be thrown out after the fact. So far, we don't have any indication on when the state Supreme Court could hear arguments in this case or make a ruling. I'll be tracking that and any reaction to this lawsuit throughout the morning.
A Republican candidate for Congress who lost his election last month says his name is being used in that lawsuit without his permission. Derek Van Orden narrowly lost to Democratic incumbent Ron Kine in the 3rd Congressional District. That area covers parts of western and southwestern Wisconsin. Van Orden said he didn't even know his name was being used in the Trump campaign's lawsuit until he saw it on social media. He says he is not part of the suit, looking to overturn the election results. U.S.
Attorney General William Barr also going against President Trump's claims. Barr says the Department of Justice has not seen any proof of widespread fraud that would change the results of the election. The president is still refusing to concede the election, but did say last week he would leave the White House if the Electoral College made Biden's win official.
After 7 months with little to no action from the state legislature on the coronavirus pandemic, state Republicans are now rolling out their plan.
It includes creating a $100 million fund to respond to the public health emergency. It would also establish legislative oversight of a vaccine distribution plan. It would not allow health officials or employers to require that you get vaccinated. It also calls for teachers to return to schools for instruction by the end of January, and any virtual learning would need to be approved by a 2/3 vote from the school board. In addition, the bill would ban local health officials from ordering closures or capacity restrictions on a certain type of business unless the closure applies to all types of businesses equally.
In a statement, Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says that his chamber is ready to act on those proposals before the end of the year. The speaker says he's looking forward to working with the governor on bipartisan solutions. Vos has met with Governor Evers twice in the last couple of weeks.
That proposal comes as the number of people in Wisconsin dying from coronavirus continues to increase. According to state and county dashboard numbers, another 110 people died yesterday. This is the second time in a week more than 100 people have died in a single day. There were more than 4,400 new cases yesterday, as well as nearly 280 new hospitalizations.
It will take weeks to officially declare, but Public Health in Dane County expects a 16-year-old to be the first teenager to die from COVID in the state. 16-year-old Isai Morocho died over Thanksgiving break. His aunt Maria Santa Cruz told us her nephew was a good young man. His family is now reminding others that what happened to him could happen to anyone.
I wanted to share the cause of his passing yesterday so that we would remember the danger that COVID poses to all of us, and that we would do everything we can to keep ourselves and our loved ones safe.
The family is asking for the community's help to pay for funeral costs. We have a link with that information up right now at channel3000.com.
Healthcare workers say it's hard to comprehend losing a loved one to COVID until you experience it. For two sisters working as nurses here in Madison, it's something they've come to experience many times. Andrea Jarstead and Michelle Davis both work at SSM Health. They say they've treated many COVID patients this year, treating them all as if they were members of their own family. Some were young and otherwise healthy. Others have died under their care. They say the hardest part is communicating with families who have no access to their loved ones.
Somebody may, even just dropping their loved one off at a hospital, may never see them again. So there's really nothing that can prepare you for that. They see their loved one on a camera and think to themselves, this is it, and this is how people are saying goodbye.
The sisters say they think many people who aren't taking the virus seriously would think differently if they could see what people go through at the hospital every day. All right, 6:05 now. Miss Hattie McLean working from home on this Wednesday with a look at our first warn weather. Hi, Hattie.
Good morning, Leah. I'm taking a wide view this morning. It's so quiet around here, so let's see what's happening across the rest of the country. Not a whole lot is the short answer. There is the one storm that's prompted some winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings for parts of southern Kansas and Oklahoma, and also some freeze warnings in effect for southern parts of Georgia and northern Florida. That one could probably be renamed a falling iguana warning, because when temperatures get below freezing, the iguanas start to fall out of the tree, and that's what's happening in parts of Florida this morning. Take a look at current conditions. Temperatures are right around 28 in Jacksonville, 29 in Atlanta. That's pretty chilly, several degrees below the freezing point, so that's kind of a hard freeze there. We are cold here, but that's typical for our part of the country. 18 in Madison and 18 in the Icebox International Falls. We're going to stay on the cool side of things, but relatively speaking, not bad. Temperatures are actually going to be a little bit warmer than what we had at the start of the week. We have that dry forecast continuing, in fact, through all of next week. And don't lose those sunglasses. You're going to need them nearly every day. Take a look at your weather track, which is satellite and radar combined. High pressure is in control of the weather around here. That is going to keep that storm system in Kansas and Oklahoma to our south. That will pass across southern parts of Illinois and not impact Wisconsin. Our forecast is quiet over the next several days. Temperatures starting in the teens and low 20s. Janesville's at 21, Mineral Point is at 21, and Monroe's still at 25. Those are the warm spots in the area. The rest of the locations are in the teens. Winds are calm though, so no wind chill factor to report this morning. That's the good news. Our future track forecast model has a little bit of cloud cover in there. We're seeing some high-level clouds on the satellite map early this morning. They'll just filter the sunshine today. They're not going to bring any precipitation. Our temperatures will climb rather quickly. We're headed to highs in the low 40s this afternoon. Our overnight lows once again dropping back into the 20s. It's going to be a cool night again, but quiet weather is expected to continue. Highs will be in the upper 30s on Thursday and Friday, close to 40 for the weekend, and most of next week is actually in the 40s, Tuesday through Friday.
More of the same. Thanks, Addie. 6:07, a warning now about holiday shopping. With the pandemic, many local in-person events such as pop-up holiday markets or craft fairs have moved online.
Scammers are creating phony copycat events that charge for admission and then steal your credit card information. Our Taylor Lazenby is live this morning with the details. Good morning, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning. That's right. Now, the Better Business Bureau says these types of event scams happen more often than you think. Now, they say the event, which has been free in the past, is now requiring a paid ticket. You enter your credit card information and personal information, such as your name and your full address. Unfortunately, the ticket that you purchased is a scam, and the event information found was posted by scammers and not the event affiliated with the real holiday market or event you tried to go to. Now, con artists are creating these fake event pages, social media posts, and emails to confuse attendees into sharing your credit card information.
Scammers are taking advantage of those types of events that are moving online. And so they used to be free. They still are free, but scammers are creating fake social media posts and events to trick consumers into purchasing a ticket. And that ticket isn't real.
Now, Tiffany says some tips to avoid other event scams are to keep your receipts and know the return policy. She says before making a purchase, ask the vendor what the return policy is so you will not run into these issues after the holidays. So if you've been targeted by event scams, if you want to help others, the best way to do that is filing a scam report. You can do that at bbb.org/scam tracker. And we'll also have a link to that on our website. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to talk about how you can stay safe shopping online and in store.
Thanks, Taylor. Good information. Wisconsin Christmas tree lots are seeing a lot of business this holiday season. Owners attribute that in part to the pandemic. A spokesperson for the Wisconsin Christmas Tree Producers Association says many families want a fresh tree this year because they won't be traveling, so they'll be home to take care of it. He says the growing season was strong, so there should also be enough trees to go around. Wisconsin has nearly 400 Christmas tree farms. Leah, how'd you get your tree this year?
You know what, Chris? We have a family tradition of always going to a farm and cutting one down. It always makes really good memories. But I got a hot tip for you, Chris. If you are not someone who goes to a farm, you got to make sure that the stem, or whatever you call it, what do you call those things?
The trunk?
The trunk is straight. One year, Levi picked one, and it was like this. He cuts it down, and Dad's not going to tell his son, you know, this is not a good tree. They took it home, and it tipped right over. So there's a hot tip for you, Chris.
And then we always have to shake it. I don't know, for whatever reason, like after you get the tree, you're like, oh, this is a good tree. Got to shake it, make sure it's nice and sturdy, right?
And they put it in that machine. They put it in that machine that shakes it for you. Hilarious. I'm easily amused, Josh.
Yeah. So obviously I've got a fake tree behind me, but I actually cut down one for the first time this last weekend up in Eau Claire County. In the same way, they're like, you got to cut it straight, otherwise it's going to tip over. So we had some fun doing that. Let's take a look at your first one traffic right now on this Wednesday morning. Lighting up like a Christmas tree this morning on the map, which is some good news when it comes to our traffic maps, because that means there's a lot of green on the map and we're moving along just fine. As we look at Madison right now, no major issues out there. Drive times and current speeds along all the major highways and the interstate are moving along at posted speed limits or just a hair above. That's your first one traffic. 6:11 right now. Coming up, we have some breaking news overnight on the development of a COVID-19 vaccine. Which country will be the first to get the shots?
And with parents wondering whether virtual school is having a long-term effect on their kids' learning, we'll show you how one school district is trying to find that answer just ahead.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get a great deal on Tacoma, RAV4, Camry, and more.
I'll take it.
I'll get this wrapped up for you. I wish I hadn't just unwrapped it.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get 0.9% APR financing for 60 months on a new 2021 Camry or 2021 RAV4.
Toyotathon is on. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Power Swabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to Power Swabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. Power Swabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stained caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, Power Swabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this holiday season, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour, and start using the Power Swabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. Power Swabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This holiday season, order Power Swabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free Power Swabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
Winter is what you make of it. And with the award-winning strength and performance of Cub Cadet X-Series snowblowers, you can make the most of it. Visit your local Cub Cadet dealer, where you can receive $200 off for a limited time. To find a locally owned dealer near you, visit cubcadetdealers.com.
Quarter after 6 right now, breaking overnight, Pfizer is getting emergency use authorization for its COVID-19 vaccine overseas. The United Kingdom granted the emergency use overnight, making Pfizer's vaccine the first backed by science to be approved. British media reports say hospitals there have been told to get ready to vaccinate healthcare workers as early as next week. The UK is the first country to authorize Pfizer's vaccine, but others could come soon. Both the US and EU are set to make their own decisions in the next week or two.
A lot of parents are worried about how a year of virtual learning is going to affect their kids, right? Well, one Wisconsin school district decided to dig into that issue themselves. Officials in Neenah organized their own research looking at how virtual learning in the spring affected their students. They gave a diagnostic test to every student from 1st to 8th grade at the start of the school year to see where they were at. They then compared those results to tests taken last fall. They say they found some signs of regression, but not much more than they usually see over a summer.
We are hoping the recovery on that will be like other years where we were able to recover very quickly. And our hope is that not only the in-person students were able to do that recovery, but also our virtual students as well.
The Neenah district says they plan to do another round of assessments in January.
The state is closing down part of the Waupun Correctional Facility due to overcrowding and moving more than 200 inmates. This week's report shows the prison holds more than 1,100 inmates, but it was built for fewer than 900. Waupun is one of 5 maximum security prisons in Wisconsin. The DOC plans to transfer 220 inmates classified as medium security to other medium security facilities over the next few months. That move is expected to help with staff shortages. The DOC says Wisconsin's current prison population is at its lowest point in 2 decades. This week, it's at just over 20,000.
Local breaking news overnight. Madison police investigating reports of multiple gunshots. It happened just before 1:30 this morning on Tennyson Lane north of Northport Drive in Warner Park. Police say officers were sent there after a caller reported hearing close to 10 gunshots. Officers found 6 shell casings in the area. They didn't get any reports of injuries or property damage. Police say they're continuing to investigate and are checking for any surveillance video that might have shown the shooting.
6:17. There was a call out for volunteers this morning to help renovate the home of Anissa Scott's grandmother. That 11-year-old girl was shot and killed in August. Boys and Girls Club CEO Michael Johnson is looking for volunteer plumbers, carpenters, and landscapers this morning. Anyone interested in volunteering can contact the Boys and Girls Club. 6:17. Let's check in with Hattie McLean with your first warn forecast. How are you, Hattie?
Not bad. Doing fine here at home. A little quiet in the home office this morning, but we're getting by just fine. Thanks, Chris, for asking. We have a pretty quiet weather forecast. I sound like a broken record when I talk about this forecast day in and day out because there just are no changes being made to the forecast. We continue with this quiet weather pattern, sunshine, and relatively mild conditions. Let's take a look at our satellite map this morning. Having a few high-level clouds in the area, but nothing that's going to bother us at all today. It'll just filter the sunshine. Temperatures are starting in the low 20s and teens here across southern Wisconsin. Teens to the north, it's 13 in the Dells and 13 in Camp Douglas. Black River Falls is pretty chilly this morning. They're checking in with 3 degrees above zero. Here's a look at our wind speeds through the day. Winds are going to be very light, so we don't really need to factor in a wind chill at all today. Our forecast has high temperatures climbing into the 40s. If today is virtual school for you and you're looking for a window of opportunity to get outside, I can tell you that any time today would be great. Sunshine is in the forecast. Temperatures will be warming quickly through the morning. By lunchtime, closing in on 40 degrees, then in the low 40s throughout the afternoon. So a great forecast coming up for today. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll take a closer peek at some of our long-range forecasts and what they mean for the winter here in southern Wisconsin.
All right, thanks, Hattie. After seeing some of one of college football's longest continuous rivalries snapped because of COVID, the Badgers football team is preparing for a big game this weekend against Indiana. The Hoosiers are ranked 12th in the country right now, off to a surprising 5-1 start with their only loss coming against Ohio State. They have one of the best passing offenses in college football, while the Badgers have one of the best passing defenses. Indiana will also be going in the game with their backup quarterback after their starter tore some ligaments in his knee last week. Kickoff set for 2:30 on Saturday.
The Badger men's basketball team off to a perfect start to their season. They improved to 3-0 yesterday, beating UW Green Bay 82-42. It was a bit of a homecoming for Green Bay coach Will Ryan. He's the son of former Badgers coach Bo Ryan. Will Ryan won 2 national championships as a player at UW-Platteville while playing for his dad. He was coaching there at the time. He was hired for the Green Bay job back in June.
And the Bucks are going to have a game on Christmas this year. ESPN reporting the Bucks will face off against Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. That game will start at 1:30 in the afternoon. It's one of 5 games tentatively scheduled for the holiday, which has become a showcase, really, of the league's best teams. The new NBA season scheduled to tip off on December 22nd.
6:20 right now. Up next, we have an update to a Tide trick we first told you about yesterday. We had some more people try it, and we'll let you know how they did.
And coming up in our next half hour, we'll tell you how you can support local vendors starting today while staying safe and warm inside your car. Stay with us.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's Black Friday sale is extended through Tuesday. It's your last chance to save up to 50% off Hot Buy appliances and doorbusters. Plus, no interest financing for 18 months on the best brands. And quick ship delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
We drive everywhere to help our son reach his dream of becoming an elite swimmer. So we enrolled in the Know Your Drive program with American Family Insurance. It gives us discounts for safe driving and other benefits, like emergency roadside service, which comes in handy, no matter where his dreams take him. With Know Your Drive, save up to 20% and get closer to your dreams. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
No cell phones at the table. But it's Grandma.
Hi, Mom. Go ahead. Give your home those new items you're craving for a comfy new feel. You're in luck. Slumberland's biggest Thanksgiving sale in 3 years has been held over. Get an additional 25% off our already low prices. Get your look for less at the Thanksgiving sale held over at Slumberland.
Bye, Grandma. Bye, Grandma.
Hey, it's me, your dry skin. I'm craving something we're missing. The ceramides in CeraVe. They help restore my natural barrier so I can lock in moisture. We've got to have each other's backs.
CeraVe, now the #1 dermatologist recommended skincare brand.
Do you have dry, cracked hands from constant washing, cold weather, and hard work? Try O'Keefe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream for guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keefe's Lip Repair. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked lips.
If your dry eye symptoms keep coming back, inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Looks like a great day for achy, burning eyes.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Ha! These drops probably won't touch me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief.
Oh.
Xiidra is the only FDA-approved treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye, twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Talk to an eye doctor about twice daily Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
The Ashley Home Store Black Friday sale is extended through Tuesday only. It's your last chance to save up to 70% off doorbusters and special buys. Plus, Black Friday bonus discounts up to an extra 20% off our sale prices. And no interest financing store-wide through Tuesday at Ashley Home Store.
All right, so yesterday we showed you a tie-tying trick that's going viral online. We had Chris try it out with not so great results, to say the least. Let's remind you how it's supposed to go again. So you wrap the tie around your hand twice and then just pull one of the loops out and into a knot. Looks simple, right? If you do it right, it's supposed to take about 10 seconds. You know, this is live television, so we gave Chris, what, 30 seconds? Kind of a fail, Chris.
I struggled. I think I can learn a thing or two if Hattie's kids showed me how it works.
Ooh.
How'd it go, Hattie?
Oh, well, let's be honest. It took them all day to figure this out. I think they added about 100 views to that video over the course of the day trying to figure out how to tie this tie. But at the end, they really did get it, and it's pretty quick. But there are a few, details that you have to make sure that you do in order for that tie trick to work. But kudos to Evan and Aiden for sticking it out.
Sorry, Hattie, can I try to redeem myself here?
Let's see
Can you guys in the back pop me up on camera?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do, okay, here we go. All right.
I'm nervous
You got to
for
loop
you.
it around. Remember, you loop it around twice, once, twice, and then you take the middle one, pull it through, and voila, look at that.
Someone practiced.
I had to redeem myself. It is not as easy as that video makes it look. So if you're going to try to do that, just learn to tie a tie the old-fashioned way.
Well, luckily everybody's at home.
Advice.
Nobody needs to wear a tie. Hattie, you're working from home today. What's the weather look like outside today?
I am. You know, being in the weather department right now, pretty easy forecasting. We don't have any storm systems moving in our area. Take a live view from the Edgewater Sky Camera. Great shot of the Capitol this morning. We're finally able to see some light. You see just those high-level cirrus clouds in the shot. Temperatures starting in the teens. We're climbing to the 40s, though, this afternoon.
All right. Thanks, Hattie. We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Your local Monk's Bar and Grill is still open for dine-in guests and convenient takeout. Monk's thanks you for continually supporting our locally owned business during these trying times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com to order online and easily view our menus.
Hey, Culligan, our water makes my skin and hair feel like I'm 90.
How do you feel about high-efficiency water softeners from Culligan Water?
What?
How do you feel about smoother skin and luxurious hair?
I feel very good about that.
That's the power of water.
At Papa Murphy's, we make fresh pizza that you bake at home. Because home is where the fun is. Right now, get the chicken garlic pizza for just $10. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. And if you haven't tried Plexiderm, we've created the best offer yet with our holiday Plexiderm 10-minute challenge. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under-eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. Even the 11 lines between your eyes are visibly gone in minutes. Plexiderm works so well that celebrities in Hollywood and people just like you feel years younger in minutes. This is why I'm letting people try it for only $14.95 at plexidermtrial.com to celebrate this holiday season.
So I've had under eye bags for a very long time, and it sucks. I've spent so much money on tons of eye creams, eye gel, chills. Finally, I tried something called Plexiderm, and I'm not joking. It works. When I do a collage and everything is done, it looks amazing. That is exactly how Plexiderm makes me feel. I put it on my face, and somehow, some way, I look together, which is amazing. I'm Jackie, and I took the Plexiderm 10-minute challenge, and so should you.
I'm Neela. I'm 61 years old. I'm a professional personal trainer. It's so important to be in good health and to be fit and take care of yourself. How it makes you feel inside is amazing. And yet, when you look in the mirror, what you see necessarily isn't what you feel inside. Plexiderm, seriously, honest to God, it's amazing. There's nothing there, like the bags are gone.
The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shale rock. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms, rapidly reducing the appearance of under eye bags and wrinkles in minutes. So if under eye bags make you look tired or feel older, take action this holiday season and see that younger looking you. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Your local Monk's Bar and Grill is still open for dine-in guests and convenient takeout. Monk's thanks you for continually supporting our locally owned business during these trying times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com to order online and easily view our menus.
Breaking overnight, Britain is joining a small number of countries to start vaccinating its residents. Which vaccine has been approved and how the U.S. compares.
And Governor Evers is responding to another lawsuit from the Trump campaign. We'll tell you whether your vote is one of the thousands that could be invalidated.
This is News 3 Now this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us. We start this half hour with new developments overnight. The governor is responding to the president's efforts to toss thousands of votes the governor argues were cast legally. He calls President Trump's efforts a shocking and outrageous assault on democracy. Governor Evers accuses the president of trying to take electoral votes and points to the Trump administration's targeted recounts in Dane and Milwaukee counties. Those recounts only added to President-elect Biden's lead in Wisconsin. The Trump campaign's lawsuit uses the same claims it used to justify the recount. President Trump is looking to invalidate the votes of thousands of people who voted absentee in Dane or Milwaukee counties. That includes Democracy in the Park voters, in-person absentee, and those indefinitely confined. Elections officials have found no evidence of fraud in any of those instances. Attorney General William Barr is also confirmed.
Well, sorry about that. We are seeing official proposals from the state legislature for the first time in more than 7 months. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos wants to create a $100 million fund for the state's response. It would require 2/3 of a district school board to approve any virtual learning needs. The proposal would also ban local health officials from ordering closures unless it applies to all types of businesses. It would not allow health officials or your boss to require that you get a vaccine. Governor Evers shared his own COVID relief bill a couple of weeks ago. You can find both proposals on our website right now, channel3000.com. Pandemic relief will expire in less than a month if the U.S. Congress doesn't act. A group of bipartisan lawmakers on Capitol Hill are hoping to prevent that from happening. The group is proposing a $908 billion package in hopes of breaking the months-long partisan deadlock over the issue. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he'll stick with his own scaled-back plan, which has failed twice already. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has been quiet on a new proposal. She has been pushing for a bill, though, twice its size.
New this morning, fines for Milwaukee businesses that violate COVID restrictions are now 5 times more expensive for first-time offenders. The Milwaukee Health Department and the City Attorney's Office worked together on the update. Fines now start at $2,500, up from $500. They'll go up to $5,000 for each violation and could go as high as $20,000 for multiple. And it is official. Healthcare workers and long-term care facility residents should be first in line for a COVID vaccine. That's the recommendation from the CDC this morning. Those groups collectively make up 40% of COVID deaths in the U.S. This will be especially important for folks in nursing homes in the Midwest. They've seen a 400% spike in cases since September. People ages 70 and older have made up nearly 80% of deaths in Wisconsin. Now, once a vaccine is approved for use, Dr. Fauci says it still won't be effective in slowing the spread unless an overwhelming majority of people take it. He's asking everyone to get the vaccine as soon as it's available to them. The director of Operation Warp Speed out of the White House says there will be enough vaccines available to everyone who wants one by June.
Breaking overnight at 6:33, Pfizer says its vaccine is the first in the world to be approved for emergency use. The UK authorized the vaccine overnight. This will make Britain one of the first countries to start vaccinating its population. The US isn't far behind. The US and EU are also vetting Pfizer's shot, along with a similar vaccine made by Moderna. British regulators are also considering AstraZeneca's vaccine, which is doing some of its trials at UW Health.
The CDC expected to issue new guidelines which will reduce the time that you should quarantine after being exposed to a confirmed case. The group will recommend close contacts quarantine for 7 to 10 days after exposure, 7 with a negative test or 10 without getting tested. That's half of the 14 days currently recommended. This could be dangerous for some cases that take longer to develop. According to Public Health Madison-Dane County, the virus can take up to 14 days to develop in your body after exposure. So if those new guidelines are adopted by the CDC, infected people could potentially pass the virus on to others. New this morning, the Medical College of Wisconsin is joining a national effort to study new treatments for people recovering from COVID at home. The trial is funded by the National Institutes of Health. The Wauwatosa College is the only spot in Wisconsin participating in this. The trial will focus on people who aren't sick enough to be in the hospital and hopefully won't ever have to be.
An area woman is finding a way to keep her business alive during the pandemic while also helping out local musicians. Katie Hopkins owns Yahara River Woodwinds in Stoughton. She's spent the last 30 years fixing instruments. The pandemic has pushed her to find new ways to make money, so she started making masks for musicians. She gave us a look at how a mask would work with a flute.
It has an extra hole in the side, which is where you put the flute head joint, and that allows the player to play and have their air be contained, because the problem with the flute is when you blow, a lot of your air goes into the room.
Pretty creative. Katie has 3 different types of masks she makes for different instruments. You can contact Katie through a link over on channel3000.com. Okay, 6:35 now. Hattie McLean working from home with our first warm weather. Hey there, Hads.
Good morning, Leah. What a great day we have coming up. Lots of sunshine in the forecast and relatively mild conditions. But let's take a longer range look at what's going to happen this winter. We have several factors that play into a long-term winter forecast, and one of those is the El Nino-La Nina oscillation. And this winter, we're in a La Nina pattern. So a La Nina winter is expected, and typically that means cooler and slightly wetter conditions for southern Wisconsin and much of the northern tier of the United States. It's not the only thing, though, that plays into our winter weather, so it's not a guarantee. And here's a look at the last several winters and how much snow we've received. Now, our normal is about 51 inches of snow per winter. Those years that have the asterisk by them, those are La Nina winters. And you can see that we run the gamut. Some of those winters, we had very heavy snowfall. Others were on the light side. Back in 2011, 2012, we had less than 35 inches of snow for the entire winter. So again, La Nina is not a guarantee, but it is an indication that we could see wetter and cooler conditions. Now, there is not a lot of snow on the ground right now. Winter is kind of getting off to a slow start. It's not officially winter yet, but when you get into December, that's the meteorological winter season. There's only snow on the ground in the Arrowhead region of Minnesota right now. That's about the closest snow that we can find. Our current conditions, pretty quiet. Skies are mostly clear this morning. It's 18 degrees. Winds are calm, so we don't have to talk about a wind chill this morning. Take a look at temperatures across southern Wisconsin. They range from 13 in Camp Douglas and the Dells to 24 in Monroe. Most locations, though, are starting in the teens. Again, winds are very light, not only here in Madison, but all around the area, so wind chill is not a factor today. Our future track forecast model shows you those high-level clouds just drifting to the area today. They're not going to generate any precipitation. Temperatures are expected to climb pretty quickly. By the lunch hour, we should be in the upper 30s, close to 40, and then we'll spend the few hours of the afternoon in the 40s today, topping at 42 here in Madison. Skies remain clear overnight, and that will again signal a pretty chilly night ahead. Here's a look at that extended forecast. I have not made any major changes to this forecast, which I guess is good news. We're going to stay very quiet for the next 10 days. I did look at those longer range models, and some of the models are trying to bring a storm into the area for the next weekend. So I'll keep you posted if that is going to be the case.
Sounds good. Thanks, Hattie. 6:37. Companies are starting to report record-breaking sales to start off the holiday shopping season. Amazon, one of them. It says small and medium-sized businesses on its platform have taken in $5 billion between Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That's a 60% jump from last year. Top-selling items include former President Obama's new memoir, the Amazon Echo Dot, and the Revlon One-Step hairdryer brush.
And new numbers in this morning show Cyber Monday is responsible for the bulk of those sales. This year's event is now the single largest day for online sales in history. Shoppers spent nearly $11 billion on Monday alone. People spent $12 million a minute on toys, electronics, clothes, and appliances between 9 and 10 p.m. Central.
Well, if you still have some online shopping left to do, you want to make sure that the sellers you're buying from are who they say they are.
With more spending online comes an increased risk for fraud. Our Taylor Lazenby joins us live with more. Hi, Taylor.
Hi guys, good morning. That's right. With COVID-19, more people are shopping online this year. Now with that comes an increase in e-commerce, and that comes with thieves and hackers trying to steal your personal information. Now shopping local is always encouraged. That's what the Better Business Bureau says. They're encouraging customers to look for companies with the BBB seal. Now that seal means that it's either on their website or on their business storefront. They have passed at least 38 steps of accreditation to get that seal, and they must maintain those to stay in business.
COVID is a scammer's paradise. Scammers follow the news, and they're always trying to be one step ahead of the consumer. So do your research. Don't be so happy to click on something.
Now, Tiffany says shopping in store shoppers, you should leave your social security cards and other non-essential information at home. Lock those presents in the trunk of your car and watch for skimming devices. Now, these preventative measures can help keep you and your information safe. To find out more information on cyber safety tips and how to shop safely online, make sure you check out our website. That's at channel3000.com.
Taylor Lazenby, thank you very much. 6:40 now. The Dane County Farmers Market is launching its new plan to help you stay safe and warm while still supporting local vendors this winter. Starting today, local food pickups will move from Willow Island to inside a pavilion at the Alliant Energy Center. Shoppers can order locally grown vegetables as well as meats, cheeses, and other specialty items. You don't even have to leave your car to pick them up. Pickups are on Wednesdays, runs from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. You can order through an app called What's Good. We have all that information up on channel3000.com.
6:40 is your time right now. Let's get a check of your traffic maps this morning as we can pull those up right now. Not seeing any issues out on the roads this morning. Right now, just a couple of delays popping up near the downtown area, but Dane County looking good as you move into the city. Rock County also looking good. A lot of green showing up on the maps this morning. There's your drive times. We're moving along at posted speeds heading into the Madison area. Live look outside right now on this Wednesday morning. Starting to see some daylight out there and some sunny skies are going to warm us up nicely today. Hattie will have your Wednesday forecast coming up.
And with Christmas a few weeks away, Santa is already going to work. We'll check in on how things are going up north when News 3 Now this morning returns.
Ashley Home Store Black Friday sale is extended through Tuesday only. It's your last chance to save up to 70% off doorbusters and special buys. Plus, Black Friday bonus discounts up to an extra 20% off our sale prices. And no interest financing store-wide through Tuesday at Ashley Home Store.
Attic Angel Community has earned a reputation as the one and only. But what's so memorable to the people who live here?
It's good local heart. Interesting friends.
The view from my window.
Continuing education.
The food.
The amazing art studio.
Happy hour.
There are many reasons to love Attic Angel Community, but there's just one Attic Angel.
Fleet Farm's free gift card event is going on now. Hurry in. These offers are too good to be true. Spend $120 on Carhartt for the family. Get a $20 Fleet Farm gift card. Get a $10 gift card when you buy select size bags of Science Diet dog or cat food. And buy 2 cans of whole cashews or deluxe mixed nuts. Get a $10 gift card. Don't miss these and more during the free gift card event. Hurry in. in today. Fleet Farm, we've got you covered.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
If you're hearing a grinding or squealing when coming to a stop, it's time to have your brakes checked. Meinke's 23-point inspection will identify the problem and get them in working order. Stop in or make an appointment online today. Meinke, doing car care right.
When you protect what's important to you from COVID-19, you help protect everyone in Wisconsin. Learn how you can stop the spread at dhs.wisconsin.gov/COVID-19.
The Ashley Home Store Black Friday sale is extended through Tuesday only. It's your last chance to save up to 70% off mattresses, including hot buys and holiday doorbusters like these. And free quick ship delivery on the best brands. Through Tuesday at Ashley Home Store.
On the next Live at 4, we'll preview a new book that's perfect for the car fan on your shopping list. And another Wisconsin tradition is going virtual this year. We'll take you to the ever-gleaming Christmas exhibit.
At News 3 Now, the FCC allowed us to boost the power of our broadcast signal. If you watch us using an antenna, you may need to activate the scan function on your TV menu to rescan available channels so you can continue to enjoy News 3 Now and CBS programming. Please rescan your TVs today.
Welcome back at 6:44. We're 23 days away from Christmas, guys. Not like I'm counting it all. And Santa is busy getting ready for his big night of deliveries. NORAD's website is up and running this morning with games, a holiday countdown, and music. Then on Christmas Eve, Santa Claus will start streaming his trip around the world. Some people have been concerned about Santa's health this year because of the pandemic. But no worries, Dr. Fauci says he's immune from the virus. Boy, guys, we're already 3 weeks away from Christmas. I've been decorated for a couple of weeks. Leah, I know you have been busy and probably driving Zach nuts with all of the new purchases for your house.
Oh, I'm constantly bringing home new Christmas decorations, that poor guy. And we always get our Christmas tree right around Black Friday, but like a lot of people this year, we went early. We went over my birthday weekend, which was November 21st. So I'm a little concerned she's not going to last. What do you think, Chris? Am I going to have a dead tree on my hands here?
I don't know. You're going to have to water that sucker often. I don't know. We just got ours, and we're just waiting for our Christmas tree stand. Somehow our Christmas tree stand got lost in the move to Wisconsin. So when that comes, the tree will be up. Hopefully it'll stay nice and fresh as long as possible, because yeah, a lot of people are putting them up early this year.
It'll stay fresh because it's cold enough outside, but Hattie, it certainly doesn't look like Christmas out there. No snow in the forecast.
No, you're right. Hard to get into that Christmas spirit when we have such a mild forecast. Sunshine for days on end is what we have in the forecast. Let's take a look at what we have on the maps this morning. Things are pretty quiet as you look at the state. Just a few high-level clouds here across southern Wisconsin, but nothing major moving in this direction. Temperatures statewide range from 22 in Ironwood, 20 in Superior, 21 in Green Bay. All those spots warmer than us here in Madison. We're at 18 degrees. Stevens Point, though, the chilly spot, 9 this morning. Winds are light, though, so luckily there's not much of a wind chill to factor in this morning. Our temperatures will climb back into the low 40s this afternoon, a little bit warmer even than it was yesterday. And I think with that sunshine and light wind, 42 should actually feel pretty nice. So a beautiful forecast coming up. It looks like it'll stick around right through the weekend.
All right, Hattie, thank you very much. 6:46 now. Coming up in the morning sprint, a popular fried chicken food chain is coming to Madison. Who it is and where it's going up.
But first, it's December 2nd. And all the kiddos turning 3 today. Thanks for celebrating with News 3 Now this morning.
News 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's Black Friday sale is extended through Tuesday. It's your last chance to save up to 50% off hot buy appliances and doorbusters. Plus, no interest financing for 18 months on the best brands. And quick ship delivery at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
You were always the responsible one. So much like me. always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
You love your business. Every day, you coddle it, pamper it. Maybe the growing pains were hard, but you put everything into it, nurtured it, and fed it, so it would grow. It's only natural that you'd want to protect it with the right insurance. Pamper your business with a policy from Westband and wrap it in the cozy warmth of the silver lining.
Upland Hills Health has evolved through generations. We've never worked harder to bring you the best facility, the best providers, and the best technology to care for you. We've ranked among the top 100 critical access hospitals for 6 years, and now, in 2020, we're in the top 20 in the U.S. This is based on 50 indicators and 8 pillars of performance. Why is this important? Because when you're hurt or in pain or ready to bring a new life into the world, you'll get the very best care here at Upland Hills Health in Dodgeville.
Goldman Cars is having a huge winter sale. Don't miss out on 2017 Ford Escape starting at $11,995 or $185 per month.
That's right. You can buy a 2017 Ford Escape starting at $11,995 or $185 per month.
Goldman Cars is family owned and operated for over 50 years.
So just hurry in today and ask for my sister, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
Or my brother, Donovan Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
When the mercury dips below freezing, we know that snow and extreme cold aren't far behind. Now's the time to gear up for the season at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Help your home fight the cold with a new furnace filter, 3M window insulation kits, and portable zone heaters. Make sure your vehicle's good to go with a fresh battery or new set of tires. And save on cold weather boots, thermal underwear, and outerwear to keep your whole family warm. Find the best deals and selection on cold weather gear. That's genuine value from Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
The Ashley Home Store Black Friday sale is extended through Tuesday only. It's your last chance to save up to 70% off doorbusters and special buys. Plus, Black Friday bonus discounts up to an extra 20% off our sale prices. And no interest financing store-wide through Tuesday at Ashley Home Store.
Download the Channel 3000 First Warn Weather app today.
Welcome back. 6:50, time for the morning sprint.
We're seeing official proposals from the state legislature now for the first time in more than 7 months. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos wants to create a $100 million fund for the state's response. It would ban local health officials from ordering closures unless it applies to all types of businesses. It would keep health officials and your boss from requiring you to get a vaccine, too. Governor Evers shared his own COVID relief bill a couple of weeks ago. The Alliant Energy Center opens for COVID testing in just a couple of hours, and we really don't know what to expect today for wait times. Yesterday was the first day the site had been open since people got back from Thanksgiving gatherings, and wait times were under 30 minutes. That's a big improvement even from a typical Tuesday. Public Health hopes to lower numbers mean people chose to limit their Thanksgiving celebrations.
The lull in testing over the weekend and yesterday means we likely won't start to see an anticipated surge until later this week or even next week. Right now, there are around 68,000 people with active cases statewide. 15% of the state's hospital beds are available.
Breaking overnight, Pfizer says its vaccine is the first in the world to be approved for emergency use. The UK authorizing the vaccine overnight. This will make Britain one of the first countries to start vaccinating its population. British regulators are also considering AstraZeneca's vaccine, which is doing some of its trials at UW Health. The U.S. isn't far behind this morning. The U.S. and EU are also vetting Pfizer's shot, along with a similar vaccine made by Moderna. Pfizer says it'll deliver the first shipments to the U.S. in less than 2 weeks on the 15th. Moderna expects to make its first shipment the week after that. Both vaccines still need to be approved by the FDA before they can actually be distributed.
A fundraiser to help pay for a Madison East High School student's funeral is less than $300 away from its goal. Isaiah Morocho's family says he died from COVID-19 complications over Thanksgiving break. He was a junior. The family hopes his story encourages everyone to be careful with the virus. They say the family had been careful, and Morocho did follow guidelines.
The Madison Metropolitan School District will need a new school board president after Gloria Reyes' term ends. She says she's not going to seek re-election. In a statement, she says she hopes to put more time toward her position as Executive Director and CEO of Briar Patch Youth Services. Reyes was the first Latina elected to the board.
Developing this morning, Governor Evers is responding to the president's efforts to toss thousands of votes the governor argues were cast legally. He calls President Trump's efforts a shocking and outrageous assault on democracy. The Trump campaign's lawsuit uses the same claims it used to justify the recount. They're looking to invalidate the votes of thousands of people who voted absentee in Dane or Milwaukee County. That includes Democracy in the Park voters, in-person absentee, and those indefinitely confined. Elections officials have found no evidence of fraud in any of those instances.
New this morning, Kwanzaa Hall will be the interim successor of the late John Lewis's seat in Congress. Hall was declared the winner of the runoff election in Georgia overnight. He says he plans to hand over the responsibilities to Representative-elect Nikema Williams, who won the seat last month. Williams will officially be sworn in early January. Lewis represented the 5th Congressional District for 30 years. He died of pancreatic cancer in July.
John Nygren is no longer a state representative. His resignation is now in effect. He plans to pursue an opportunity in the private sector. His decision comes just 4 weeks after he won re-election in the state's 89th Assembly District. Nygren says it's been an honor of a lifetime to serve.
The Justice Department is investigating a possible bribery for pardon scheme. The district court in D.C. released 20 pages of heavily redacted documents. They don't identify who is being investigated or the timing of the alleged scheme, though. The White House has declined to comment.
Chicago-style hot dogs and chocolate cake shakes could be moving closer to you. Portillo's is hoping to open a second Madison location at Westtown Mall. The company filed paperwork with the city to build it on South Gammon Road. It would be in the parking lot of the mall, similar to how they built the Easttown location last year. And another popular restaurant coming to Madison, Raising Cane's, has job listings posted on its website. It says the restaurant will be set up near State and Francis Streets, just off of the UW campus. It will be the company's first Wisconsin location. Cane's is famous for its fried chicken, its sauce, and its crinkle-cut fries.
Healthcare workers and first responders can get a free coffee at Starbucks today. The company is offering a free tall brewed coffee through the end of the year, actually, to show their appreciation. This includes doctors, dentists, firefighters, paramedics, police officers, nurses, dispatchers, any hospital staff. All you got to do is show your ID.
6:55 and a final look at your first warn traffic this morning as we take a look at Madison right now. We're not seeing too many issues out there. No crashes or major incidents to speak of. Starting to see a few brake lights as you approach the downtown area on John Nolan Drive and also East Washington Avenue. You might want to give yourself a couple of extra minutes, especially heading in from the east side. That's your first warn traffic.
And your first warn weather forecast starts with mostly clear skies across southern Wisconsin. It's a chilly start to the day once again. Temperatures are in the teens in many spots. Always an exception though. Monroe is at 21. Janesville 45. That looks to be an error. I doubt it's 45 degrees right now in Janesville. Here's a look at the forecast as you head out the door this morning. You maybe won't need as many layers as you did yesterday. Temperatures are actually going to climb pretty quickly. We'll be headed to highs in the low 40s later on this afternoon. And no wind chill really to factor in today. So when you combine sunshine and lighter winds, temperatures in the 40s should actually feel like a pretty nice afternoon. Here's a peek at that extended forecast one more time. It's still looking very quiet through the rest of this week as well as next week. Temperatures stay a little bit above normal. Normal highs are in the mid 30s right now, but we'll be in the 40s many days as we head into next week. Lots of sun in that